Welcome to Karen's Communique number 6. I'm Karen Dale Bowerman, Chair of the Clark County Council, and today is March 11, 2022, and this is for the week beginning March 6. The report by Dr. Melnick, Public Health Director, was a pleasure this week because we discussed the transitioning of our COVID response given the improved profile of COVID-19. Current levels of COVID hospitalization and death should continue to improve given availability of testing and of therapeutics. But please remain vigilant because over 97% of our hospital beds remain occupied. That's too high. Council passed a resolution stating that the Board of Health fully endorses the COVID-19 recommendations provided by the Clark County Public Health Department, as these public health measures effectively reduce the impacts of COVID-19. In that resolution, we recognize and commend healthcare workers and public health employees throughout Clark County for their tireless efforts to provide the best possible care for our residents during the pandemic, despite extremely difficult conditions and personal risk to themselves. And one last thought. Remember that as a Washington resident, 2 rapid antigen test kits of 4 to 5 tests per household per month are available at no cost to you. Just go online to sayyescovidhometest.org. sayyescovidhometest.org, all one word. If you test positive, please help stop the spread to others. County Council has moved several matters through to upcoming public hearings. Next week, there will be 3 important public hearings: rules of procedure, a SEPA or environmental appeal hearing, and Chalachi Bluff mineral lands. Just a word also on the ethics ordinance, which received its final touches for an April 5 public hearing. Apparently, some constituents were concerned that because the document is shorter, that it's weaker. But no, this language was adopted, adheres to the requirements of state law, including Chapter 42 RCW and Clark County Human Resources Policy, so that all that content is there but doesn't have to be repeated in this ordinance per se. Well, it's over. Yesterday, the Washington State Legislature adjourned. 60 days, 2,100 bills later, and $64 billion of supplemental operating budget, and almost $17 billion for the 16-year transportation package. The governor has 20 days from adjournment to take action on the bills that passed, approving the bill in its entirety, veto 1 or more sections of the bill, or veto the whole bill. If the governor does not sign a bill, it becomes law. Funds for designing the process for developing a long-term plan to restore and maintain the health of Vancouver Lake is in the final operating budget. $30,000 provided for this year and $120,000 for 2023. What's signed that most affects Clark County will all be covered the 1st of April in this communique. And we will soon begin meeting our legislators to plan for next session. And that list of priorities is developing now. We issued a statement of solidarity with our Ukrainian neighbors, condemning the continuing invasion. Thousands of Clark County residents have Ukrainian ancestry. Thousands have relatives there, and our prayers are especially with them and their loved ones. See you next week.